now, the only expense I know will be to have the person running the camera,
Precisely.
which is not $1 million item.
You had $3,000 in last year.
And what we'll do is, before this budget is adopted, and working with the school officials, as I have been doing for many months, we will have that figure.
I've been working with the school.
Okay? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've been doing, and you've been coming to these meetings, and I've been telling you that I've been working on it, and again, I gave the article to the News of Highlands, I did not read it. So it's in place. I hope, it's already April, so I hope by May, maybe May or June, we have everything in place to do it.
Great.
That's the wrong subject.
Excuse me, name?
Ian Milson, Highland Falls. Put up that in a front page of the paper this week saying the cost, saying it was quoted by Time Warner $10,000. Now, do you actually speak to Time Warner?
Good question. I have an email here from, let's see, what is her director, Time Warner. It's dated the 9th of March, 2012. And I had asked, what would it cost to have a live feed? The email responds back from the director, good morning. The cost to have the capability of a live feed at the Village Hall is a little under $10,000. Equipment would need to be purchased and some fiber constructed to the Village Hall.
Well, I spoke to the person today who actually does quotes for any village or town in Orange County, Sullivan County, Ulster, from Time Warner. He's the man who does this. And I gave him the paper today, and Highland Falls saying you said $10,000. He has never quoted anyone over $3,000, and he deals with everybody.
I went to the person who runs Time Warner.
Can we get a copy of that?
Absolutely, you come over tomorrow, you don't even have to foil it. I'll give it to you.
I have a copy machine here, can I get a copy?
Tomorrow morning. Anything else? Yes.
While you're on the subject of televising, there were several reasons quoted in last week's news why it couldn't be presented at
Highland Falls, New York, not New York, NY.org. There's no questions, I'll close the public hearing on the tentative budget. Motion by trustee DeSalvo, is there a second? Second by trustee Brown, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is to approve the minutes as written. We had a regular meeting on the 19th of March 2012 and on the 28th of March 2012. Motion by Joe, is there a second? And Jim, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Police Department report you have before us. Sergeant is on vacation this week. He's not here. So we have the report. Okay, next we have a resolution refinancing of bonds. I am very, and the board is very happy to report, this is a good story, about refinancing of our bonds. It's something that we look at pretty often, and by law you have to, there's a time when you can do it, the length, sometimes of the age of the bond. And several months ago, we did just that and had several meetings with bond counsel. And I am happy to report to the residents of the village that by this action that the board has taken, we I want to give it it correctly now. As of today, and this can change because a while back it was a little higher, and now it's the amount I'm going to tell you. But when we go to finalize this refinancing, hopefully it'll be higher and not lower. But as of this moment, as of today, we will save the taxpayers of the Village of Highland Falls $295,628.29. So,
I'd like to thank the couple people that were constantly pushing it in the audience as well on a periodic basis, because that's key, having the public involved in what's going on. And thank you for keeping that on the top of our list.
just to note though, Pat, this started long before those questions started to come up. This takes a lot of time to do. This was going on months before the first time it was ever brought up. But we appreciate anyone's concern and to push us to do anything. So, with that said, I will read a notice here, the legal notice. The resolution, a summary of which is published herewith, has been adopted on the 2nd of April 2012, and the validity of the obligations authorized by such resolution may be hereafter contested only if such obligations were authorized for the object or purpose for which the Village of Highland Falls and the County of Orange, New York is not authorized to expend money, or if the provisions of law which should have been complied with as of the date of publication of this notice were not substantially complied with, and an action, suit, or proceeding contesting such validity is commenced within 20 days after the publication of this notice, or such obligations were authorized in violation of the provisions of the Constitution. By order of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Highland Falls, on the 2nd of April 2012, Highland Falls, New York, Regina Taylor, Village Clerk. The object of the purpose is to refund of all or portion of certain outstanding serial bonds of the village issued for various purposes in 1996, including the 1996 water bond and the 2003. The periods of probable usefulness for which the 1996 bonds, the 1996 water bonds, and the 2003 bonds were issued consist of various periods ranging from 5 years to 40 years, commencing on the date of the original issuance of the first bonds or bond anticipation notes issued for the respective purpose for which the outstanding bonds were issued. The amount of obligation to be issued is not to exceed $3,475,000. A complete copy of the bond resolution summarizes above shall be available for public inspection during the normal business hours of the office of the village clerk, Village Hall, 303 Main Street, Highland Falls, New York. What I would like you to make a motion on is the middle part that I think you all have, correct? That's all highlighted in capital letters. If the motion could read, refunding bond resolution of the Village of Highland Falls, New York, adopted April 2, 2012, authorizing the refunding of certain outstanding bonds of said village, stating the plan of refunding, appropriating, and the amount not to exceed $3,475,000 for such purpose, authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $3,475,000, refunding bonds to finance said appropriations, and making certain other determinations relative thereto. Accordingly, that would be what the village attorney would like the motion to read.
Second.
Motion by Trustee DeSalvo, seconded by Trustee McCormick. May I have roll call?
Roll call, Trustee McCormick?
Aye.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Aye.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Flynn?
Aye.
Mayor Denarque?
Aye.
Unanimous.
And I want the public to know that there'll be more as it shows that we should refinance. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last time. Okay, next is a resolution introducing local law and providing for public hearing, regulations of hotel and motels.
I'd like to pull that, make a motion that we sit down with prospective property owners to discuss the local law. I personally feel it's unenforceable without their cooperation.
Second.
Discussion on that? Yeah. What were you saying?
I said, have a discussion, meeting with property owners, the people that are affected by this.
Well, Joe, and we can do that, and that's probably what we'll do, but I just wanted to know that I had received a letter from, I think it was 4, and tonight I was going to address that we would sit down somewhere along the line before public hearing. But that's a motion to, what do you want to do, Joe, table this?
Table this and set up a meeting with the concerned property owners, I mean, the motel and hotel operators, to discuss the whole, see what they like and what they don't like.
John?
Field discussion.
Okay, I went up. So, I believe the majority of towns in the area have a similar law, but I just want to make sure that we're actually addressing the problems that were brought up by the property owners, and at the same time, not constricting other hotel owners, because it will blanket the entire village, and restrict them to certain people like workers on West Point, contractors, things like that, that we want to stay in the hotels. They're staying there 6 days a week. We want them to stay there because then they spend their money in the village. And obviously the hotel owners get the income, and that helps pay our taxes. But at the same time, the residents have serious concerns, and they need to be addressed. And the other reason why this law, it's a nice law, but I don't think it has the teeth. And if the residents can find any other avenues with us, put a little more teeth in to deal with the specific issues, and I can bring those up in a more of a discussion. We know it's the people that we don't, you don't necessarily want walking on your property when they're 2 feet away. I think that the people that live around the specific hotels have rights, and they need to be represented. I would like to see this meeting for that purpose, so that they can look at the law, they can get all the information, and know that if in fact it's enforceable.
I'm not understanding, I didn't understand what you said, but exactly. You want to have a meeting with everyone?
I believe Mr. McCormick said the residents and the hotel owners.
Well, he said the motel owners, but,
I really want to have a resident.
yeah. So, okay, so we'll have a meeting with everyone.
Well, I think that's what the public hearing would be part of.
Yeah, that's what that was, but go ahead, there's a question.
Yeah.
The name.
Norman DeYoung, 11 Walker Road. All right, we have this problem. This is this is where we live. Now, this is everybody in Pearl Lake has been complaining about this for the last 15 years. All right, this has been brought up for the last 6 months at these meetings. Now, all of a sudden, you have a concern about it. Isn't this a problem that everybody has this law that I understand, 30 days on? You're not running an apartment down there. You're running a motel.
I agree. I agree with you.
But this has been going on for 6 months. We've been at these meetings.
I have a question.
Wait, let me just get done with this. Okay. You're right, Norm. This has been going on for months, but some motel owners, and I think it was maybe 3 motel owners.
This actually what kind
Wait,
of...
wait. 3 motel owners asked to meet and discuss. They thought maybe they had other alternatives to make the issue go away. I guess that's what they were trying to say in the letter. And I have no problem doing that. I don't have any problem doing that, but again, you're absolutely correct. That was what the public hearing was for. See, when we have the public hearing, if we were going to have a public hearing in 2 weeks, this is where you would stand up and other people would stand up, and we don't have to pass that law, we don't have to pass this law that night. And normally we do, because they're kind of easier or simpler, simple. This one's a little more. So, well, the public hearing would take place, we would make whatever notes we wanted to make, and maybe table passing the law, and then talking a little bit more about it, bring it back to the table and pass it. But that's the way, that would be one way of doing it. These two guys want to do it a different way, and that's fine too. So, anything else, Norm?
Just so we're not misunderstanding, I'm in favor of the law. I don't think that it's structured properly for our village. And let me be specific. It's because of contractors and people like that. I would like to be specific on the law so that we can give it teeth, so that we can say, why are you here? And if they don't have the paperwork to show that they're working on West Point or whatever specifications we put in the law, you know,
Contractors don't stay there 30 days.
No,
They leave on
they
weekends.
actually stay with you said at 6 days, and it addresses that in the law.
They're not constantly there. There's guys that are there for a year and a half. So, you guys are preaching it. You know, you guys don't even know what's going on. We live it.
I believe you and I trust you. I don't.
We're not passing a law tonight. I think what we need to understand is that we're introducing the possibility of a law. And then when we introduce the law, we get to have a public hearing where all the public can come and say, hey, I have a good idea, let's see if we can put this in there. We're not necessarily going to act after we either table or close the public hearing. So I think we should stick to the main focus, which is to introduce the law, get the public to take a good look at it, like Mr. DeYoung, I believe, is saying, and we can have the public hearing, we can have the public input, we can talk about the law. I believe that the village attorney is going to be there that night, Ben Daly, so we can take some ideas, we can take some changes, we can have the law looked at again with the attorney, and then we'll keep the public hearing open, and we can continue in another meeting. You know, but I think by introducing the law tonight, gets the ball rolling.
I don't think we've had a discussion with the property owners concerned.
That can all happen. Not property, we've heard from the property owners.
Not the property owners.
Absolutely, I'm not saying that shouldn't still be done.
Well, it was going to be done because they had submitted a letter. And anyone that writes me a letter and says they want to sit with me on from Santa Claus to motels, I'm going to sit with them. Ms.
Doreen Blue, 14 Cedar Lane, Highland Falls, New York. I'd like to know, how long does it take to do this? I know my brother has been here for a long time. How long does it take to do a law?
It takes drafting a law.
How long?
Well, it depends on
We
how.
change laws here.
It takes drafting, it actually doesn't take long. It takes drafting the law, the board agreeing that they like the way it's written, introducing it, like I did tonight, and 2 weeks from now having a public hearing.
Okay, I understand that, and this has been going on for a long time. I lived there all my life, and it was always a beautiful hotel, and I go down my brother's house all the time and see what's happening. Now, this has been going on. Time frame. Everybody has to have a time frame. So are we talking months? Are we talking weeks? What are we
You
talking?
mean ahead?
Yeah, when is going to be changed?
Oh, no, this has to get off our table.
Okay, when? Time.
Well, if you go by Mr. DeSalvo, he's saying introduce it tonight like I did. I think I did. I don't even know if I did yet. And have a public hearing 2 weeks from now where Mr. DeYoung can stand up, the owner of U.S. Academy, anyone they want can stand up and say whatever they would like. I'm going to have the village attorney here. It took a little time to draft, and I appreciate again, Norm, your patience. It took some time to draft it because the village attorney wanted to make sure it was a good law. He wanted to make sure it fit everything that we had told him we wanted in the law. And this is the product that he gave us. Okay?
So 2 weeks document today, it will go into the motion being
No, there would be a public hearing.
a public hearing. And then how long after that?
The board can vote that night, or maybe we all hear things that make sense that, hey, let's massage that section a little bit, and the attorney who's sitting here takes it back, and then quickly it comes back to us again. Quickly, not like it's been.
Yeah.
We had to write it from scratch. This has already been written. So changes would happen quick.
Thank you.
I'm not looking to push it back at all either. I would love to have us meet prior to the 2 weeks and have any discussions done, rather than spend 5-6 hours that night going back and forth. And I believe that's what Mr. McCormick's looking for. He's looking for more input from everyone. My question is, has everyone from Pellwood Lake read the law, and are you comfortable with it? The Pellwood Lake residents? That's my biggest concern. I know you probably have, because you've been the leader. And Norm, I have to thank you, because you are the one who's been pushing this issue, and I know why, and I think it's a great thing. But all I'm saying is, I want to make sure when we do come here in 2 weeks, that it is something that we can say, let's vote tonight. That's my concern. If we have a public meeting that goes on for 5-6 hours, and we bring up 20 different things, now we got to go back to the attorney, now we got to go here, now we got to go there. I personally would like to see as much discussion now, and between now and 2 weeks, so that the night of, little discussion, and we can pass it if possible.
That's not going to
If
happen.
possible.
That's not going to happen. There's not going to be a little discussion, and I'll tell you right now, there's not going to be a 6-hour discussion.
I'll tell you right now.
Let me just answer something that Mr. Flynn said. No one could read this law until it's introduced. That's tonight. So after tonight, if it's introduced, anyone who wants to pick up a copy, can they get it on the website too? They can get it on the website even. Give us a day tomorrow to get it on the website. But that's how it works. Bob, I'm looking at you. I don't want you to get in this cat fight, but is that not the way it works?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, if you guys want it, we'll meet with you. I'll get everybody in Howard and we can meet, whatever you guys want to do.
Just
tell
to
me
make sure
what
it's
you
what
want.
you want. That's my plan. Just make sure this is what you want.
The law?
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
everything in there.
Mrs. Guy? Oh, no, you know what? Sharon, you go first, because I did, and then you're next. Okay.
How you doing? Sharon Guy, Pellwood Lake. I've lived there all my life also. We want to see the motel succeed in their business. We don't want to put anybody out of business. We just want the people that are staying in the motel to be quality people. We're tired of having our things stolen out of our yard and our houses being tried to be broken into. I'm sorry, I'm upset over this, because I really like the people that own the motel. They're good people. I think they're good people, and I don't want to hurt them in any way. But I'm tired of having to go to the police station to have them come to my house so I can get in, because somebody tried to break into my house and I can't even use my own lock in my door. So I don't want to see the motel, have any problems. But I don't like having these problems that we've been having for years because of the quality of the people that are staying here. That's all that I want. Now, I heard you say tonight that the